Okay, here's my beginning design of the model railroad benchwork. I decided to use two sit-stand desks that are synced together and will allow me to work on the railroad when the platform is installed at a low height, about 27 inches, and then be able to rise it up to 52 inches in order to get the perspective that I want at eye level. And then there's also a preset that I can make to set it at any level and then also move it up and down through toggle switch. So what I want to show you here is the units that I purchased and how I sync them together. So these are a sit-stand desk. There's a number on Amazon and other places running from about $200 to $300. You can't see it right now. I'll raise it up and I'll show you, but this is a 3-tiered version, dual motors. There's one motor and there's the other. It comes with control unit. There's the control unit, which I'll show you in a minute. And these are very strong. This one, I wanted to make sure there was enough load capacity to handle the railroad. So the railroad's going to be 40 inches, that's there, all the way over here. So it's going to be 12 feet long. I calculated it being roughly 150 pounds plus what I add to, maybe a little bit more. So I bought these, I put one together and I loaded it. It claimed to have a 264 pound capacity, but I'm not sure if that's strictly on the frame or the lift capacity. So I put 200 pounds on it and it lifted 200 pounds without an issue. So that was really good. Not suggested going up and down and up and down. That did give me a warning of, it said hot on the display. I let it cool down, reset it, plugged it in and unplugged it and plugged it back in, and then it worked fine. And I haven't had that problem since, as long as I don't keep using it over and over. And I don't plan to. I plan to use it once, leave it for an indefinite amount of time, and then move it. Okay. Now, my concern is whether they ran at the same speed, which is critical to syncing it because I don't want it to get cantilevered. And number two is how to sync them together, the push buttons together, without having to press the buttons at the same time. My concern is that I get a little off or maybe miss a button and now it's out of sync. So what I did is I actually opened it up. I'll include a picture of that in this video later. And I was able to run multi-cable from the push buttons and create my own push button panel. And this will be on the face of the platform. And when I push a button, it controls both exactly at the same time. So I'll illustrate that. We'll just go up. And toggle down. And then this is essentially the 1, 2, 3 buttons, which I'll mark with a label printer. The same as that. So 1 will bring it all the way down. And you'll see 26.3, 26.3, and see if I can get a good shot of this. And you can see they're both together. Now I'll go all the way up. And they're not fast. But you can see it's staying exactly together, so they're in sync. I'm very happy with that. It's going up. And this is supposed to be inches, but it's not exactly 51.8 for different reasons, but as long as they are the same and look the same, I'm very happy with that. Eventually, I will be linking these together physically, a bolt in each, and then I'm going to have two different platforms. Rather than one long 12-footer, I'm going to create two 6-footers and then bolt those together too. So they're going to be physically linked and electrically linked. So I wanted to show you that. And I can set it at any given height in between. I'll just run it down on the toggle switch to the height I want. And then I'm fine because it's linked. But if I want to, I can set it. All of these seem to work the same, meaning I think it's one company makes all of this style. So I wanted to show you, there's the 3 tiers. 1, 2, 3. And it's rocking a little bit because I have it on coasters. I decided to put coasters because I wanted to be able to pull this whole unit out easily on this floor so I could get behind it. So I put coasters in. Let me get a little shot of that. It came with leveling feet, and I replaced those with these coasters. So that's going to take a little adjustment once I get the platform in. Come over here. But I think these are more than strong enough and won't, once I get it all tied together, it will hardly move at all. This is what would be expected at such a high height too. I mean, you're going to get a little movement. And it might take a little adjustment on the rollers. So this is phase 1. I'm very happy with it. Next phase will be to build the platform, which is just going to be made of wood and styrofoam. I'm going to keep the flat part made of 2-inch, actually total of 3 inches of high density styrofoam to keep it lighter. And that's going to be it. I'll show that when I finish that later.